Hello, you are now taking a video on note-taking in math class, done by me, Miss Stilwell, your teacher for this year. One reason why I'm making you watch this video is because note-taking is very important in math class as well as your other classes. Note-taking can help you, not only now, but also in the future. So let's just talk a little bit about why it's important and how you can be a better note-taker. So, why do we take notes? Taking notes help you concentrate. So, when you are taking notes in a class, sometimes when you're not watching and you're not writing down some of the notes, you tend to zone off and not actually pay attention to the whole lecture. So when you're taking notes, you actually are concentrating on what's happening. It allows you to recognize main ideas. What you constantly repeat in your notes is the main ideas and what you really need to focus on. It makes you an active part of learning. Back to being able to concentrate. If you're actively writing down notes, you're actively asking questions, thinking about it as your teacher is going over it. It helps you prepare for exams and quizzes. What is in your notes is what is going to be on the exams and quizzes that you need to take in that class. While you are writing, you are thinking about what you are writing, and you also have something to refer back to. It's not as long and in-depth as, say, a textbook explanation. One of the most important parts for taking notes is that notes are often a clue for what your teacher thinks is important. That is specifically true in my class. If there is a problem that I do, multiple problems of the same type, most likely that is what you're going to find on an exam or quiz. For something that's just quickly talked about and gone over, it won't be as in-depth on a test or a quiz. So how can we take these notes effectively? Here are some things you should think about when taking notes. Is the location, where you sit in the class, that you can best pay attention and see the board, is where you'll take the best notes. Gathering details, having what you need down, and asking questions and really understanding what you're writing is important. Preparation before class, knowing where you're going to write these notes, making sure you have your notebook, maybe reading where we left off on. Organization, preparing notes, knowing how you would like to write them down. Adding details to the notes, maybe after class. And resources, maybe adding extra examples through your textbook. So a little more about location. Where you sit in the classroom can help you or be a barrier to your success. So you should sit in the front if you learn best by watching. In the back if you just learn best by listening. The middle if you daydream out the window. If the activities of people distract you, you should stay in the front where you'll be redirected more towards what is going on. If you're distracted by people in the hallway or looking in or doors opening, you should sit far away from the door as possible. This is known, the golden triangle of success, for being able to take notes the best way. A lot of times people also talk about a T, which would be across the top here and then down the middle. Don't sit with your friends if it's difficult not to chat. If you and your friend are constantly catching up on what happened last night or what happened over the weekend, that's not a good person to sit next to in a class where you need to take notes. If there's somebody next to you that's constantly moving, constantly talking, constantly doing things, you don't want to sit next to them either. Your seat is never set. Don't be afraid to ask to change your seat or just change your seat because you feel that there is a better location for you to be. Before class, You can make sure that you always arrive on time, that you've completed your assigned assignments before coming to class and not writing them down as we're going over them. And you can ask questions from the assignment from the night before in class to help you better prepare. You can also review your notes from the previous lecture so you know where we left off and where we're going to start today. Although we all love our electronic device, they can be a huge distraction on what's going on in class. So make sure that you turn off your cell phones, your iPad, your iPods, anything that you have, just so it's not there for a distraction. Have the proper tools. Make sure you have your pencil or calculator. Be ready to go. Also, be ready to participate, especially if you don't understand something. You need to participate, ask questions, get involved in the discussions to better understand it for yourself. While taking notes, if you go back and try to edit, cross things out, make them better, you'll miss what's important that comes next. You need to wait until this time is over and later go back and edit your notes. If you miss something, you can get it from a classmate or refer to your book to fill in the rest. These are some things that can just help you take notes faster, so just check them out for a little bit. Enhancing your notes. Make your notes interesting and memorable. When we sit there and we look at a paper that we wrote down stuff on, it can be a little boring. Bring some colored pencils, pens, okay? Add some circles, some color, some boxes, some pictures that remind you of whatever it is you just wrote down. You can doodle or be as creative as you would like. In your notes, these are things that you must have in order to keep it completely organized. The title of the lesson, what are we doing today? The problems that we work on in each step that are involved in the solution. In your own words, exactly what you're doing. This is easier to do after. So if we set things equal, explain it. We set them equal because, and give an example of why. Do all your homework problems and not just some of them so that you can refer to them and correct them in class and know what you did wrong. If they seem hard, try them and fix them in class. So that is it. Hopefully this has helped you become a better note taker. If you need any help, just let me know and we will continue to take notes in the class. Thank you.